ਏਕੰਕਾਰ ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਤਹਿ ਪ੍ਰਸਾਦ ਸਚ ਹੋਏ Waheguru ji ki fateh Vighan Vinashan soy. Welcome to another episode of Suj Prakash Granth in English. In this episode we will be doing Raas 1.6, Baba Shri Chandji and Baba Lakhmi Chandji. Bhai Ram Kaur ji listened to the request of the Khalsa and did a great service to everyone. He dictated the Katha of the 9 Gurus. Bhai Ram Kaur ji focused on the feet of the Gurus and started to speak the great history of the Gurus. Reading and listening of this history makes the heart pure, and the 4 gifts of life, Dharam, duty, Arth, subsistence, Kam, desire, Moksha, salvation, are all granted. There is no end to what one receives by listening to this history. The most difficult gift to receive is Sikhi. Sikhi is achieved by listening to the history. The listeners sat down with full attention and focus. Bhai Ram Kaur ji speaks. Kalyug has 4 parts. We are now in the first part. Kalyug is only 5,000 years old. Kalyug will be 432,000 years long. In the first part, the sin in the world grew. Many religions were established due to the difference of opinions. Within the religions, many sects came. Nobody would listen to each other. Nobody would meditate on the true name Satnam. Many ideologies arose in the world. Whoever gained a few grains of wisdom, they started their own religion. They did not recognize Parameshwar. They would advise the opposite of Parameshwar's ways. In the previous yugas, people did tap, severe penance, and yagnas, and achieved Gyaan. In Kalyug, human beings do not have the level of power or strength. How are the people to achieve mukti? Karta Purukh then recognized the pain of the people and decided that the true name Satnam Kirtan was the only way for people to achieve mukti. There was no other way. Karta Purukh had to come as an incarnation to guide humanity. In other times, other beings were sent to guide humanity or save them from trouble. Now it was different. Akal Purukh had to come. Parameshwar became Guru Nanak Dev Ji and came to Mehta Kalu Ji's home. Parameshwar came through the womb of Mata Tripta Ji. Mata Tripta Ji was very happy with her son. At a young age, Guru Nanak Dev Ji Parameshwar was beautiful and intelligent. He gave wisdom to many at a young age. The Simran of Satnam will slowly kill the ego. One will become the same as Akal Purukh. Accept the will of Akal Purukh. Be happy with whatever Akal Purukh does and has decided for you. This was the core teaching of Guru Nanak Dev Ji. He destroyed the pain of many people in the world with his wisdom. The daughter of Mulchand was fortunate, who was the wife of Guruji. Her name was Mata Sulakshana Devi Ji, known as Mata Sulakhni Ji. Guruji had 2 knowledgeable sons, who were Brahmgyanis. The elder was Baba Shri Chandji, who did not marry. He was a celibate his whole life and rejected the householder's life. He was always connected to Akal Purukh. He was in a single state of mind all the time, without pain and pleasure, joy or sorrow. Vices did not come near him. He was like Bhisham Pitama from the Mahabharata, a true celibate. Baba Lakhmi Das Ji was the younger brother. He married and had a child. He was equal to his brother with regards to knowledge and Gyaan. Both sons of Guru Nanak Dev Ji were powerful beyond limits. Baba Taram Chand Ji was Baba Lakshmi Das Ji's son, from which the Bedi family spread. One day, Baba Lakhmi Das Ji went hunting. He killed many rabbits and hung them by his horse. When he came home, his brother Baba Shri Chandji was seated in front of the house. Baba Shri Chandji said to his brother, "Day and night you kill many beings. You will have to give your account for this." Baba Lakhmi Das Ji did not take his brother's words well. Baba Lakhmi Das Ji said, "I can give you the account right now." As Baba Lakhmi Das Ji was equally powerful, he went home and told his wife, "My brother's words have been said. I am to give my account right now. We are leaving the world." Baba Lakhmi Das Ji took his wife and child and mounted his horse. He bid farewell to his brother. Baba Shri Chandji heard him and started to think, "I should grab Taramchand, as I do not have any children and the family would finish if Dharamchand goes. Baba Shri Chand Ji extended his arm 9 yojanas, which is about 115 kilometers, and grabbed Baba Dharamchand Ji. Baba Shri Chand Ji raised Baba Dharamchand Ji as his parents went to Sachkhand. Baba Dharamchand Ji had 2 sons, Meher Chand and Manak Chand. The Bedis were like swans. Baba Shri Chand Ji lived to about 125 years of age. He stayed in this world for a long time and stayed in the Jog state, connected to a Akal Purukh. Worldly desires did not tempt Baba Shri Chand Ji. When Jahangir was the emperor, he heard of the glory of Baba Shri Chand Ji from the mouth of Sai Mian Mir. He wanted to meet Babaji and sent his officers to ask Babaji to come to Lahore. The emperor wanted to see miracles. Babaji's heart was full of miracles. Babaji had a servant named Pai Godariya. Babaji would ride the back of Pai Godariya via piggyback if he needed to travel. This was the way of Brahmgyanis, different and unique from the world. It would put people in awe to see 2 seniors traveling this way, one on the back of the other. Babaji would always stay in one state. Babaji jumped on Pai Godariya's back and reached Lahore. They stayed one day on the outskirts of Lahore. The emperor had a high seat set up in his court, higher than his own throne. Babaji reached the court on Pai Godariya's back. When the emperor saw that Babaji had come, he got up and bowed to him with his hands folded. The emperor could not take the radiance of Babaji's forehead. Babaji took off his shawl and placed it where the emperor could see it. He was very old then, at the age of 112. This was about 2 years after Guru Arjan Dev Ji was martyred. Babaji was seated on the seat that the emperor had set up for him and asked him questions. Babaji answered his questions. As the emperor spoke, he saw the shawl of Babaji and saw that it was shivering. The shawl would move around, up and down. It would scrunch up sometimes and then lay out flat. It seemed as though someone was in it. It would stretch out sometimes, as if it was in pain. The emperor was amazed to see this. He then forgot what he was saying and said, "Babaji, what is under that shawl and why is it moving around?" Baba Shri Chand Ji said, "Badshah, don't be concerned with the ways of saints. Ask me your questions and mind your own business. You won't be able to understand saints and fakirs. Don't test saints. Fakirs do as they please. Fakirs and saints are always in the presence of Akal Purukh." Jahangir spoke again. "Please tell me, what is this? I am concerned what is inside the shawl. It looks like it's shivering. Is something suffering?" Baba Shri Chand Ji then told the shawl to reveal itself. The shawl showed its powers. In reality, Baba Shri Chand Ji had a fever when he came. He decided to leave his fever with the shawl so that he may speak to the emperor in peace. The shawl came close to the emperor, and the emperor then became sick with a fever. He began to shiver, and his mouth became dry. His eyes went red, and his hair went stiff. His head began to ache, as well as his body. He fell to the ground and folded his hands. He said, "I do not wish to see this. I am in great pain. I will die otherwise. You are very powerful. I am sorry to test you." Baba Shri Chand Ji heard this plea and said, "Okay, come back." The shivering came back to the shawl, and it began to shiver. Babaji said to Jahangir, "I was sick. I left the fever in my shawl. This is my karma, which you were so nosy to see. I came in this manner to speak to you and left my illness. I will take this illness and complete my karma that I am to suffer." Jahangir was very surprised. He said, "Babaji, if you can control the fever, why do you suffer with it?" Babaji said, "This was my father's message. We are not to show our powers and to accept the will of Akal Purukh. Guru Arjan Dev Ji was powerful and could have blown your kingdom. He accepted the will and sat on the hot plate." Jahangir then realized his mistake and asked for forgiveness. Jahangir wanted to give Babaji gifts, but Babaji did not accept anything. Babaji took the fever on top of him and removed the doubts of the emperor. Babaji was always immersed into the light of Akal Purukh. Bibi Pani Ji would prepare food for Baba Shri Chand Ji. Baba Shri Chand Ji was the first to take a dip into the Amritsar Sarovar after its completion. Babaji lived to the time of Shri Guru Hargobind Sahib Ji. Baba Gurditta Ji, the eldest son of Guru Hargobind Sahib Ji, bowed to Baba Shri Chand Ji and became his student. Baba Shri Chand Ji took his sali topi and gave it to Baba Gurditta Ji and made him his heir of his position amongst the Udasin Samprada. Baba Gurditta Ji was very powerful, serving Baba Shri Chand Ji. Baba Gurditta Ji had all the powers of Baba Shri Chand Ji. Baba Gurditta Ji had 4 students who did a strict tap and became Brahmgyanis. The 4 students spread the Samprada further. Ballu Hasna, Phul Sahib, Gonda Sahib, and Almas Ji. These were the leaders of the Udasis. The Udasis had thousands of students that spread the message of Sikhi far and wide. They were great tapasvis. From the Udasi lineage, Baba Santokh Das Ji and Baba Pritam Das Ji Udasi did the construction of a water line called Hansali that would connect to the Ravi. It was a covered line with bricks. The water was fresh, coming straight from the Ravi to the Amritsar Sarovar. Baba Shri Chand Ji started the Samprada known as the Udasi Samprada. These were the sons of Guru Nanak Dev Ji, the Udasis and the Bedi lineage. Kavi Santokh Singh Ji bows to their feet, and that is the end of the chapter. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.